Good afternoon, sir.
So in the last lecture, we have seen some examples based on today we are going to discuss examples based on mean value theorems and other theorems like Hopital rule and then generalized mean value theorem, Cauchy's mean value theorem. Okay, so let us see. So what is Lagrange's mean value theorem? Can anybody give the statement of Lagrange's mean value theorem? Bye.
Yes, sir.
What is Lagrange's mean value theorem?
આપણે કોઈ ફંક્શન લઈએ તેમાં ક્લોઝ a, b થી r નું ફંક્શન લઈએ અને એ ફંક્શન ક્લોઝ a, b r થી r પર
F from close interval ab to r continuous.
કન્ટિન્યુઅસ હોય અને ઓપન a, b
This is
થી
the
r
first condition. Second one is this: from open interval ab to r
ડિફરન્શિએબલ
differentiable. Okay.
આપણને એવો c
Then there
directly
exists
c
some
belongs
c in
to
open
form
interval ab such that
such that f dash
f
c is
dash
equal
c
to
is
fb minus
fb minus
fa upon
fa
b
upon
minus
b minus a. Okay. So this is Lagrange's mean value theorem. What is Rolle's mean value theorem? In addition to these two conditions, if I take fa equal to fb, okay, so f from ab to r continuous, from open interval ab to r it is differentiable, and at end point function takes the same value. This implies there exists c from open interval ab such that f dash c equal to. So this is mean value theorem. Now let us see some examples. So this is the first one. Example is this: let f from r to r be such that so we have given real valued function, okay, and f satisfy this condition fx minus fy less than or equal to mod x minus y whole square, and this is true for all x y belongs to R. Okay, so that f is differentiable. And its derivative is 0 for every x belongs to R. Okay, so I have given function f Okay. So f is a mapping from R to R, and second thing is this: fx minus fy less than or equal to modulus of this, of course, x minus y whole square, and this is true for every xy belongs to R. What is my claim? I want to show that f is differentiable on R and its derivative is 0. Okay, so tell me, what should I do to prove this? See, I want to show that f dash x is 0 for all x belongs to R. So let me take some point from R. So let A belongs to R be arbitrary. Okay, I want to show that f dash A exists f is differentiable at A. And second thing is this: its derivative at point A is 0. So now what should I do to prove that f is differentiable at A? Abhay, if I want to show that f is differentiable A, what should I do? That is, this limit should exist. Limit x tends to A, fx minus fa upon x minus A. This limit should exist. Okay, so in order to bring this limit, what should we do in 1 so that I will get fx minus fa upon x minus A? This is true. Okay, see, we have this inequality: fx minus fa less than or equal to modulus of x minus A square. Okay, now how can I get this ratio? Can anybody tell me? Vaibhav. Sarvottam. Abhay.
હા સર x માઇનસ a વડે આપણે ભાગી નાખીએ.
Yes, just bring x minus A on left side. Okay, so therefore fx minus fa upon x minus A, this is less than or equal to x minus A. Let me keep modulus. Okay, fine. See, this is 0, less than or equal to this, and less than or equal to this. So now what should I do to get limit fx minus fa upon x minus A? Just take limit in this inequality. Therefore limit x tends to A, this is 0, less than or equal to limit x tends to A, fx minus fa upon x minus A, limit x tends to A, modulus of x minus A. So now this limit is 0, this limit is, can anybody tell me the limit of mod x minus A as x tends to A? Abhay, what is the answer of this limit?
0.
Yes, and this left side limit, this is also 0. So therefore, by Sandwich theorem, limit x tends to a, modulus of fx minus fa upon x minus a is 0. Since the modulus has limit 0, therefore limit x tends to a, fx minus fa upon x minus a is 0. This limit exists and this is equal to 0, but this is nothing but f dash a. What does this mean? F is differentiable at a. And its derivative at point a is 0. A was arbitrary point, okay? What does this mean? Therefore, f is differentiable on whole of R. Clear? So very simple example. Now there is no importance of here 2. You may take 3 also. Okay? Then also answer is 0. Okay? So note that. Suppose f is a mapping from R to R and mod of fx minus fy. Let me take this is less than or equal to, let us say, x minus y raised to k, and this is true for all xy belongs to R. And the question is this: for what values of k f is differentiable? So what is the answer? What are the possible values of k so that f is differentiable? See, I need here one x minus y. Okay, so if your x is at least strictly greater than 1, okay, so think about this. Here answer is, if you take k is greater than 1 or any k is bigger than 1, then f is differentiable. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 0, this is minus 1. So possible values of k, now let us take another example. Prove that e raised to x is always bigger than 1 plus x for every x belongs to R. See, I want to prove this inequality. Lagrange's mean value theorem is very useful to prove standard inequality. Okay, so let us prove this inequality. Okay. So now let me define one function f. So you know Lagrange's mean value theorem. The statement of Lagrange's mean value theorem is this: you need one differentiable function, okay, on open interval which is continuous on closed interval. Then you can find out some c for which f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. So now let me define function like this and let us see. Define f from closed interval 0 x to r, and f of t is equal to e raised to t, where t belongs to then exponential function is always differentiable. Okay, so note that f is continuous on this closed interval, f is differentiable on this open interval. Therefore, by Lagrange's mean value theorem, we can find out some point c from open interval 0x such that f dash c equal to, what is the value at endpoints? At endpoints, here endpoint is 0 and x, so fx minus f0 upon x minus 0. See, ft is equal to e raised to t. So what is f dash t? Abhay.
sir.
Okay, so therefore e raised to c is equal to e raised to x minus e raised to 0 is 1 upon x. So let me say this to be 1. I want to show that e raised to x is bigger than 1 plus x for all x in R. I have one condition on C. Now 0 less than C less than x. So this implies that e raised to 0 less than e raised to C less than e raised to x. Why? Why I can write like this? Oh boy.
આપણે સર 0 લેસ ધેન c લેસ ધેન x છે તેમાં એક્સપોનેન્શિયલ ફંક્શન આપણે લીધું ને એટલે લખી શકાય ને.
Yes, exponential function.
એટલે 1 લેસ ધેન 2 છે તો આપણે e raised
See,
to 1 લેસ ધેન e raised
if
to
I
2
have 1
લખી
less
શકાય.
than 2 and fx, let me take fx equal to 1 upon x. So what is the relation between 1 and f of 1 and f of 2? Can I say like this?
નહીં સર, તો 1 f of 1 is greater than f of 2.
Yes, but what is the reason behind this? Why?
Increasing function.
Yes, this is a decreasing function and
Ah,
exponential function is increasing function. Why exponential function is increasing? We have seen one result to check the monotonicity of function, what is the result? If its derivative is positive, if f dash x is positive, then function is increasing, and if its derivative is negative, then function is decreasing. So now here fx equal to e raised to x. So what is the derivative of e raised to x? F dash x, and f dash x equal to e raised to x, and e raised to x is always greater than 0 for all x in R. Therefore exponential function is increasing. And if you consider fx equal to 1 by x, derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 upon x square, which is always less than 0. So 1 by x is decreasing, exponential is increasing. Therefore I can write this inequality. Okay, what is the derivative of tan function? What is the derivative of tan x?
X square x.
Sec square x. Okay, so also sec square x is always positive. Okay, therefore tan is increasing function in all quadrants. Tan is increasing on R. So you can check the monotonicity of function with the help of its derivative. Okay, fine. So what is e raised to 0? This is 1, this is e raised to c, this is e raised to x. Okay. What is e raised to c? From 1 you can say that e raised to c is e raised to x minus 1 upon x less than e raised to x. Now consider this part of the inequality, first part. E raised to x is less than, 1 less than e raised to x minus 1 upon x. This implies that bring x on left side, x less than e raised to x minus 1. Now what I want to show, I want to prove that e raised to x is greater than 1 plus x. So keep e raised to x one side and bring other quantity on the other side. So from this you conclude that e raised to x is greater than x plus 1, and this is true for every x belongs to R. Now you can see from this inequality that Lagrange's mean value theorem can also be used to prove some standard inequality. Okay. Now let me consider another example. See, why I have taken ft equal to e raised to t, since the inequality contains e raised to x, so this suggests us that we should take exponential function. Okay, ये कोई याद रखने की चीज नहीं है कि यहाँ पे एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन डिफाइन करना है ये इनइक्वालिटी प्रूव करने के लिए, लेकिन यहाँ पे से हमें ये पता चलता है कि सिंस e raised to x is there, we should define function ft equal to e raised to t. Next example, prove that y minus x upon y strictly less than log y by x strictly less than y minus x upon x 0 less than x less than y. We want to prove this inequality for 0 less than x less than y. So positive x and y is bigger than x. Okay. Abhay,
Yes, sir.
tell me the function, which function we should define so that we can prove this inequality. See, look at
Y
this.
by X.
Inequality contains log y by x. So which function I should define?
Log Y by X.
Yes. Log.
Log Y by X.
Yes.
Right?
So define f. See, here I want to prove for positive x and x is less than y. So let me define x from close interval x to y to r f of t equal to log t. So don't take x since domain contains point x. Okay, so that's why I have taken t. T belongs to close interval x y. X is positive. Okay, then f is continuous on closed interval xy. F is differentiable on xy. Therefore, by Lagrange's mean value theorem, there exists point C from open interval xy such that f dash c equal to fy minus fx. Okay. So now what is the value of f dash c? F dash c means derivative of log is 1 by x, derivative of log x. So I should write here 1 upon c is equal to f of y. Now let me interchange this fx minus fy. Since I want, okay, y by x, I need log y by x. So okay, this is okay. So what is fy? Fy means log y minus log x upon y minus x. So this implies that 1 upon c is equal to log y minus log x is nothing but log y upon x. Now let me say this to be, but just take reciprocal by the way. Or let me say this to be 1. Okay. Now it is given that, or I have found c like this, x less than c less than y. So take reciprocal. If I take reciprocal, inequality will be changed. Okay. So here I will get 1 by x is greater than 1 upon c greater than. Why I have taken reciprocal? Because I have 1 upon c in terms of x and y. See, look at this inequality. Inequality doesn't contain point c. Okay, inequality contains only two variable x and y. So somehow I need to bring whole inequality in x and y. C nahi chahiye mujhe. So I should remove c from this inequality. So now what is the value of, now let me write down first 1 upon y. What is 1 by c? 1 upon c is nothing but log y by x upon y minus x less than 1 by x. Okay, so now what should I do to get this? Just multiply this inequality by y minus x. So this is y minus x upon x. The reason is this: x less than y implies y minus x is positive. Okay, so this is the next example is this. Prove that e raised to x is greater than ex. If you down this x, and e raised to x is always bigger than e into x. Tell me the function, which function I should define.
E raised to x.
Yes,
E raised to x.
e raised to x. If you define fx equal to e raised to x, what is the domain of that function? See, you are saying that define f from R ft equal to e raised to t. Okay, so what should I take the domain of this function? See, if I take domain 0 to x, then I have this inequality, e raised to x is greater than 1 plus x. Here I want to show that e raised to x is greater than e into x. So how can you get this inequality from this? See, already I have proved this inequality, and this is true for x belongs to R. Okay, so just replace. By the way, how can I get e raised to x is greater than e into x from this inequality? This is true for all x belongs to R. From this inequality you can deduce this one, and it will tells us what should I define f. Abhay, tell me
Log x.
the definition of f. How can you get e raised to x is greater than e into x from this inequality? Since this is true for every x belongs to R, you can replace x by any number. See, on right side you need just e into x. So first of all, try to bring x in place of x plus 1. So what should I substitute to get just x?
की जगह हम log x लेते हैं और
Yes,
1 की जगह log e.
so what should I take? What should I replace x?
Log x.
No, just replace x by x minus 1. If you replace x by x minus 1, see, if you replace x by x minus 1, तो ये राइट साइड तो सेटल हो जाएगी, x लाना है ना आपको। देखिए भाई ये क्या है, आपको यहाँ से नवसारी जाना है भाई, सपोज यू आर इन गांधीनगर, तो तू बस कहाँ की लेगा, पौटन की लेगा कि सूरत साइड की लेगा?
नहीं सर,
है,
सूरत साइड की।
मैंने कुछ सुना नहीं।
सूरत साइड की।
हाँ सूरत साइड की लेगा ना।
सूरत।
तो यहाँ पे देख, तू लॉग लेगा कि एक्स लाने के लिए तू क्या करेगा, पूरा के पूरा नवसारी नहीं पहुंचेगा लेकिन सूरत तक तो पहुंचाएगा। लॉकडाउन में लोग कैसे जा रहे थे, गांव जाना है तो डायरेक्ट की बस नहीं होती तो क्या करते हैं। तो पहला काम क्या करना है हमें, यहाँ से x लाना है, x+1 की जगह पे। तो क्या करना चाहिए, x की जगह पे क्या रखना चाहिए, तो आपको x मिलेगा, x प्लस, just replace x by x-1 since this is true for all x in R. okay, if you replace x by x-1 तो यहाँ पे देखिए क्या हो जाएगा, 1 plus x-1, so 1 gets cancelled, so you will get x. So now e raised to x minus 1, so this is nothing but e raised to x into e raised to minus 1 is bigger than x. This is nothing but e. Now just bring this e on right side so that you will get e raised to x is greater than e into x. समझ में आई बात कि नहीं आई?
यस सर।
तो अभी मुझे बताओ, मैंने ये इनइक्वालिटी कैसे प्रूव की? I have just taken x minus 1 in place of x in this inequality. So what should I take function? What is the definition of the function? यहाँ पे मुझे डोमेन क्या लेना चाहिए फंक्शन का, अभी बताओ। यहाँ पे क्या था,
0 से x तक।
तो मुझे क्या लेना चाहिए? अभी मैंने क्या किया है, यहाँ पे x की जगह पे मैंने क्या लिया है,
x-1।
तो मुझे यहाँ पे क्या लेना चाहिए,
0 से x-1।
यस, 0 to x-1। अभी मैं प्रूव नहीं कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, ये कंप्लीट कर दीजिए। ये बाद में, ये लेट अस सी दिस एग्जांपल, लेट मी प्रूव। नेक्स्ट वन इज दिस, prove that x upon x plus 1 is less than log 1 plus x is less than x and x is greater than 0. Now I want to prove this inequality. Okay, so give me the definition. Which function I should take, ft equal to, अभय
हाँ सर।
यहाँ पे कौन सा फंक्शन इन्वॉल्व है, since inequality
log
contains log 1 plus x, so somehow I need to take 1 plus log 1 plus x into the consideration. Okay,
हाँ सर।
so what should I take, f of t? See, there is no particular method for defining function, you just need to think which function will work. So let us see, if I define f, see here the domain I should take 0 to x. Okay, ft equal to log 1 plus t, t belongs to closed interval 0 to x. So now log is differentiable function. Okay, so if you apply Lagrange's mean value theorem, then you will get log of 1 plus x minus log of 1 plus 0, but log of 1 plus 0 is 0, so you will get log of 1 plus x, isn't it? I think this will work. Okay, note that f is continuous on close interval 0 to x. F is differentiable on open interval 0 to x. Therefore, by Lagrange's mean value theorem, there exists some c belongs to open interval 0 to x such that f dash c equal to fx minus f0 upon x minus 0. So now what is the derivative of log 1 plus c or log 1 plus x? So from this you will get this is nothing but 1 upon 1 plus c. So derivative of log x is 1 by x. Here the function is log of 1 plus x. This is log 1 plus x minus log 1 plus 0 upon x. Okay, but this is nothing but log 1 plus x upon x. And this is 1 upon 1 plus c. Let me say this 1. Now 0 less than c less than x. So how can you get 1 plus c from this inequality? What should I do? Okay, to get 1 plus c.
1 ऐड कर देते हैं.
Yes, 1 less than c plus 1 less than x plus 1. Now what should I do to in order to get 1 upon 1 plus c?
Reciprocal.
Reciprocal. Fine. If I take reciprocal, inequality will be changed. So let me write down this first. And here just 1. Now by 1 you can see 1 upon 1 plus c is nothing but log 1 upon 1 plus x upon x. Now multiply throughout this inequality by x. So you will get x upon x plus 1. X gets cancelled. Actually, this is our required inequality. Okay, x upon x plus 1 less than log of 1 plus x less than x. For any x greater than 0, this is always true. So if you let me take x equal to, let us say 25. So 25 upon 26 is less than log of 26 is less than 25. Okay, so log of 26 is lies between this and this number. Okay, so from this you can say that log of 1 plus x is always less than x. Okay? So log 24, if you take, it is always less than 23. Do you understand? And here base is e, not tan, because we are taking derivative. Okay, now let me take another example. Next one is this. Prove that n into b minus a into a raised to n minus 1 less than b raised to n minus a raised to n, which is less than n into b minus a into b raised to n minus 1, where 0 less than A less than B. Which function we should define?
b raised to n minus a raised to n.
So I think you should make some correction in the definition. See, you are saying that x raised to b raised to n minus a raised to n. B and a are constant. See, I am asking you which function I should define. See, here I need b minus a. So obviously the domain of the function, it should be from a to b. Then and then only, if you take fb minus fa upon b minus n, then and then only you will get b minus a. Okay. So I should consider b minus a. Okay. So what is the definition? ft equal to or fx equal to, what should I take? See here, n minus 1, n minus 1. So somehow derivative should contain n minus 1 power. So what is the derivative of t raised to n anyway with respect to t? Now, do you
n
get
into
the
t
idea?
raised to n minus 1. Yes, sir. fx is equal to
Function.
x raised to n.
Yes. Which function I should define? Fx equal to?
X raised to n.
Now you got the idea. X raised to n. X belongs to closed interval AB. Now you can see f is continuous on closed interval AB. F is differentiable on open interval AB. Therefore, by Lagrange's mean value theorem, there exists some C belongs to open interval AB such that f dash C equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. So f dash c, what is f dash c? X raised to n, what is derivative of x raised to n?
N into x raised to n minus 1.
N x raised to n minus 1. Okay. So what is f dash c? N c raised to n minus 1. What is f of b? Replace x by b. So this is b raised to n minus a raised to n upon b minus a. Okay. Fine. So let me say this to be 1. Okay. Now what is the range of C? Now A less than C less than B. This implies that, see here, result 1 contains C raised to n minus 1. So what should I do to get C raised to n minus 1 from this inequality? Abhay.
બધી બાજુ n raised n-1 घात ले ली.
Yes, very good. A raised to n minus 1 less than c raised to n minus 1 less than b raised to n minus 1. The reason is this: x goes to x raised to n minus 1 is increasing function. Okay, fine. For positive x, of course. See here, a and b are positive. Okay, fine. So now multiply this inequality by n. So n into a raised to n minus 1 less than, what is n into c raised to n minus 1? This is nothing but b raised to n minus a raised to n upon b minus a by 1. Okay, so now I want to prove this n into b minus a. Middle term is nothing but b raised to n minus a raised to n. So what should I do to get b raised to n minus a raised to n? Just multiply this inequality by b minus 1. So n into b minus a into a raised to n minus 1 less than b raised to n minus a raised to n into b minus a. The reason is this: 0 less than a less than b implies b minus a is positive. Okay, since b minus a is positive, inequality remains same. So this is the required inequality. Okay, n into b minus 1 a raised to n minus 1 and so on. Okay, fine. So let us take another example. See, next example is this. Show that sin x is less than or equal to x for x greater than 0. See, look at this inequality. Sin x is always less than or equal to x. Now we want to prove this by Lagrange's mean value theorem. And x is greater than 0. So define which function I should define. Since inequality contains sine, domain is 0 x to r. So let me take ft equal to sine t. T belongs to closed interval 0 to x. Note that f is continuous on closed interval 0 to x. F is differentiable on open interval 0 to x. Therefore, by Lagrange's mean value theorem, there exists some c belongs to open interval 0 to x such that f dash c equal to fx minus f0 upon x minus 0. So what is the derivative of sine function? This is cos c, isn't it? Fx is just sine x, sine 0 upon x minus 0. So this implies that cos c is equal to sine x upon x. Now let me say this one. Now how can you bring this inequality sine x less than or equal to x? भाई ये यहाँ तक तो हम पहुंच गए, ठीक है, तुम सूरत तक पहुंच गए, अब सूरत से नवसारी जाना है।
हाँ,
तो कौन सी बस लेंगे? बड़ौदा साइड की लेंगे?
नवसारी की
हैं?
नवसारी की।
यहाँ पे देखिए 0 लेस देन ये देखिए आप 0 लेस देन c लेस देन x है, बट आप ये तो अगर कॉस है वो इंक्रीजिंग नहीं है पॉजिटिव c के लिए, ठीक है, कॉस इंक्रीजिंग और डिक्रीजिंग दोनों फंक्शन, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द डोमेन, ओके, cos is increasing in some quadrant and it is decreasing in some quadrant, okay. So you can't write like this cos 0 less than cos c less than cos x, and if you write this it will be a absurd thing because cos 0 is 1 and 1 less than cos c. Is it possible 1 less than cos c? Is it, you can you find out c for which cos c is greater than 1? Do you understand what I mean to say?
Yes sir.
So you should think like this. Now see, what is the bound for cos c? Minus 1 less than or equal to cos t less than or equal to 1 for every t belongs to R. So in particular, minus 1 less than or equal to cos c less than or equal to 1. What is cos c? Cos c is just sin x upon x. Okay.
Yes.
Now how can you get sin x less than or equal to x from this? Consider this portion. If you consider this portion by multiplying both sides by x, the reason is this x is greater than 0. See, look at this. We have used this technique in order to show that sin x less than or equal to x. This is a crucial step. अगर ये स्टेप आपको पता नहीं होगा तो यू कांट सॉल्व दिस एग्जांपल। समझ में आ रही है बात अभय? ओके, so this is a very good example. The next one is this. Show that zero less than 1 upon x into log e raised to x minus 1 upon x less than 1 for x greater than 0. Which function I should define? See here, 1 by x e raised to x minus 1 upon x, and x is positive. So which function I should define?
Log e raised to x minus 1 upon x.
Yes, log
E raised to x minus 1 upon x.
Log e raised to x minus 1 upon x. See, I have already taken one example like this. If, see, look at this. If I define ft equal to e raised to t, okay, तो ये देखिए, e raised to c equal to e raised to x minus 1 upon x. Okay, so you will get this. Now zero less than, see, 1 less than e raised to x minus 1 upon x less than e raised to x. Now how can you remove e raised to x from right side? Just take log. Okay, so if you take log in this inequality, log e base e raised to x, this from on the right side of this inequality you will get just x. So 0 less than, see, so you will get 0 less than log e raised to x minus 1 upon x less than x. समझ में आ रही है मेरी बात कि नहीं आ रही है? अभय,
हाँ सर आ रही है.
तो कौन सा फंक्शन डिफाइन करना चाहिए? डिफाइन f फ्रॉम
x
ft equal to
e
e raised to,
t.
yeah, same function will work. Okay, f is continuous on close interval 0x, f is differentiable on open interval 0x. Therefore, by Lagrange's mean value theorem, there exists C from open interval 0x such that f dash c equal to fx so what is f dash c? F dash c is not e raised to c. This is nothing but e raised to x. This is e raised to 0 upon x. Therefore, e raised to c equal to e raised to x minus 1 upon x. Okay, so let me say this to be 1. Okay, or you can take like this also. Just take log on both sides. Okay, so therefore log e raised to c equal to log e raised to x minus 1 by x. So this is nothing but c upon log e raised to x minus. Okay. Now 0 less than c less than x. This implies that 0 less than c is nothing but log less than x. So divide throughout this inequality by x. So 1 by x log e raised to x minus 1 upon x less than 1. The reason is this x is positive, so inequality. See, it is given that x is positive. Okay, so this is the okay. So this is an important example. Okay. See, let me take another example. So let me take another example. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, consider this example. Now let me take some examples based on Hopital rule. Okay. See, find, or before this, let me take let me define function f from R to R. Definition of function f is fx is equal to tan square x bracket function x belongs to R find limit x tends to 0 fx if exist. If limit exists, then find this limit. Okay. See, look at this. Here f is a function from R to R. What is the definition of function f? Fx is given by integer bracket function tan square x. Now I want to find out this limit. Limit x tends to 0. See, I want to approach function f when x is very close to 0. The situation is something like this. This is point 0. Okay. This is -1 and this is 1. So x tends to 0. So we can approach to 0 from two sides. From this side and from this side. Okay. Now when this limit exists, if left side limit and right side limit both exist and both are same, so what do you think, is this limit exist or not? What is left limit, by the way? If you approach from left side, so your x is less than 0. If you approach from right side, your x is greater than 0. ये दोनों केस हमें कंसिडरेशन में लेने चाहिए, क्योंकि देखिए अगर x is between -1 and 0, then bracket of x is -1. Okay, and if your x is between 0 and 1, then your bracket x is just 0. So these two values of bracket x are different. Do you understand? Abhay?
Yes, sir.
So see, note that -pi/4 less than x. If you take pi equal to 3.14, then -pi/4 is smaller than -1. Okay, so the value is somewhere here. Implies tan is increasing in all quadrant. So tan minus pi/4 so what is tan minus pi/4? This is -1, this is tan x, this is +1. So if your x is in the neighborhood of 0, this is minus pi/4. Let me draw a diagram. This is minus pi/4, this is plus pi/4, and this is 0. Okay, if your x is in the neighborhood of 0, then your tan x is between -1 and 1. Okay, now by taking square, do you understand? If you take square, then 0 less than or equal to tan square x. Fine. Here x is, I should take strictly less than. Let me take strictly less than. The reason behind this is this: when we are taking limit, we are not taking x equal to 0. So we are taking deleted neighborhood. So that's why I should take here strictly less than. Okay. Do you understand? So what is the box of tan square x? What is integer bracket of this? 0 or 1? Abhay?
Yes, sir.
What is the answer? 0 or 1?
0.
0. Okay, very good. So therefore, what is limit as x tends to 0? Zero. Okay, so limit exists and answer is 0. So now let me take another example, and this is for continuity. Let f is a mapping from R to R. Fx is given by, I think this was asked in JAM examination, this one, and this also has been asked in JAM. Cos 2x minus 1. मेरी आवाज तो ठीक आ रही है ना?
हाँ सर, आ रही है.
Okay, okay. Upon 2 pi. Okay, discuss the continuity of f. Discuss the continuity of f. Okay, we want to discuss the continuity of function. See, f is a mapping from R to R, and what is the definition of function f? Fx is equal to bracket function x cos 2x minus 1 by 2 into pi x belongs to R. See, already we have proved that integer bracket x is continuous if x is not an integer. So point of discontinuity for integer bracket function is just on integer points, this is discontinuous. Okay, and the discontinuous type of discontinuity is jump discontinuity. Okay, so ये देखिए ग्राफ कैसा होगा इसका, बॉक्स ऑफ एक्स का आपको पता है. See, this is 1, this is 2, this is minus 1, this is minus 2. So between 0 and 1, the graph is this, 1 is excluded. Between 1 and 2, let me take this point is 1, this is 2. Between 1 and 2, what is the value of the function? All the time it is 1. Okay. So graph is like this. Between 0 and minus 1, value of the function is minus 1. We exclude this point. Okay. Then this, we exclude this point, and so on. So this is the graph of box X. So these are the point of discontinuities. At this point, continuity breaks. Okay, here, here, here. If you take X between 1 and 2, then this is a straight line and it is differentiable. So it is continuous. Okay. So in short, box of X is discontinuous if X belongs to Z. So let me take if X does not belongs to Z, then both box of X and cos 2x minus 1 by 2 into pi are continuous. Therefore, their product is also continuous. Product of two continuous function is continuous. Therefore, f is continuous if x does not belongs to z. Okay. Equal to x belongs to z, and let us consider x equal to n. N is integer. Okay. We want to check whether the function is continuous at x equal to n or not. Okay. So in order to check the continuity, we should consider left limit and right limit. So limit x tends to n minus. Let me consider first of all left limit. Limit x tends to n minus. What is fx? Fx is box of x cos 2x minus 1 upon 2 into pi. So we are approaching x. We are approaching n from left side since we are taking left limit. The situation is something like this. This is your n. This is your n minus 1. This is your n plus 1. We are approaching n from left side. So what is box of x? What is the value of box of x? Abhay.
Sir.
So your x is between
N minus 1.
Yes, very good. N minus 1. So here we should write n minus 1 into cos two x minus 1 by 2 into pi. So n minus 1 is constant, so it can be taken outside of the limit, n minus 1. Now just put x equal to n. So you will get cos 2n minus 1. So what is the zeros of cos function? 2k plus 1 pi by 2 or 2k minus 1 pi by 2. So at where n is integer or k is integer. Okay. So what is the values of value? By cos 2n minus 1 by 2 into pi. What is the answer of this?
0.
So the whole quantity is 0. So left limit is 0. Okay. So from this you will get left limit as 0. So now let us evaluate right limit. Okay. Limit x tends to n plus fx is equal to limit x tends to n plus, what is fx? Box of x into cos now this is n minus 1, this is n, this is n plus 1. So we are approaching n from which side? Right side, isn't it? So our x is between So what is box of x?
N.
Very good. So I should write here n into cos 2x minus 1 by 2 into pi. So now what is the answer of this limit? N into cos. Now I should write here, I should write n plus 1 or n?
N.
Here, see, box of x equal to n minus 1. But in this expression, you just need to put x equal to n. So what is the answer of this? This is n, always 0. 0. So limit x tends to n plus fx equal to 0. Okay. So both left limit and right limit are same. Therefore, you can say that, and this is equal to 0. And what is f of 0? Here box of 0 is 0, therefore whole quantity is 0. So limit, or let me not 0, we are checking continuity at which point? N. So what is f of n? I should put n in place of x. So this is box of n. N is integer, therefore box of n is just n. Cos 2n minus 1 by 2 pi, but this is 0, therefore whole quantity is 0. So what does this mean? Therefore, f is continuous on z. So already we have shown that f is continuous on r minus z, and also it is continuous on z. Therefore, f is continuous on r. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next example is this. Let f from r to r, and the definition of function f is this: fx is equal to sine of box of x equal to 0. Then find limit as x tends to 0 fx if exist, or discuss the continuity of function f at 0. So look at this. F is a mapping from R to R. And what is the definition of function f? Sine bracket x upon and 0 if box of x is equal to 0. So we are looking for finding limit x tends to 0 fx. Okay, in order to find out this limit, we should consider left limit and right limit. Okay, so in the neighborhood of 0. See, this is 0, this is 1, this is minus 1. Okay, so now let me first of all find out limit x tends to 0 minus fx. What is the value of f? Fx is nothing but sine upon. So we are approaching 0 from left side. So from this side. Okay, so what is box of x? Minus 1. Isn't it? Do you understand? So I should write here sine minus 1 upon minus 1. So the answer is sine 1. Okay. Now what is right limit? Obey.
Sir,
We are approaching from right side. So what is box of
sine
x?
1, 1, then sorry, 0, 0.
This means this does not exist. Do you understand? Because this is undetermined form. In the denominator you will get 0. I mean limit x tends to 0 plus and these two are different and this does not exist. Therefore limit x tends to 0 okay. So we stop our discussion, go through all these examples. These are very important examples. Okay.